We are on a Caribbean island, y'all. We're on Caribbean island. This is day 10. Day 10. And we are so cuffed up. We've had quite a few themes, and tonight's theme is celebrating milestones.
Yes.
Okay? And we have Chann and Monny coming to town. Could not think of a better couple to engage and talk about this theme of celebrating milestones. So much things have been happening for that cute couple.
Yes.
And they're about to join us to tell us a little bit about their journey, spill all the tea, get into all of what the universe is pouring onto them right now. Amen?
Amen.
Amen. All right. Meet the Littles! And there's nothing little about them, okay? Chann and Monny are the dynamic duo behind a brand that blends food, travel, and storytelling, okay? Now, if you don't know about Chann, I'm sure y'all are familiar with them. They're so cute online. Chann is a driven creator. Right now, he is an MBA student and a project lead.
Smart.
Chann is known for his attention to detail, very meticulous. And Chann has the ability to capture the audience. So we know Chann is gonna be capturing us tonight. Right, viewers? Right, my islanders? Y'all ready for Chann? Okay, now let's get into Monny. Monny is a talented personal chef.
Ooh.
Okay, now if y'all have had the pleasure of already going to Monny's dinners, please let us know. We know they're amazing. We cannot wait to go ourselves. Monny is also on a mission to share his recipes with the world, avec tout le monde, okay? Todo el mundo. Together, Chann and Monny create spaces that feel like home, luxurious, okay? And welcoming. Whether you're here for an unforgettable dining experience, lifestyle inspiration, or just to follow their journey, you are in for something quite special tonight, y'all. Y'all give it up for Chann and Monny! Before we get started with them, we've got to thank our sponsor. This episode is so sponsored by Complete Wellness. Their team is all about supporting your journey to lifelong health with care, inspiration, and empowerment.
We are proud to have them in our corner.
Complete Wellness. Completely you.
Please. Hello. Hi. Let's give them the ladies.
First of all, thank you so much for that intro. Oh my gosh, that was so nice.
That was fantastic.
You seen that I had to properly add where you were missing some things, right?
Okay.
We have to let them know who we reckon with tonight.
Cheers to y'all.
Cheers.
I can't wait for this conversation.
We have leftover mini drinks from.
We call them the name. They ain't paying us.
Okay, period. And do y'all see us? We're on theme. We have the tropical plants in the background.
We're on the island.
We are on the island. Okay, we love us some. Our favorite place is Tulum, Mexico. That's like our beach retreat. So right now we're just embodying our resort energy.
I feel the warmth. It is how many degrees where I can hear the waves, the ocean. Ooh. What's the weather looking like? Is it 114 degrees? Is it 90?
It's 95 degrees.
Okay. 95 degrees.
But I gotta, you know.
Yeah.
And he got me.
Spicy.
And he got me.
And steamy. Well, boys, thank y'all so much for coming on. We are so excited and so thankful that y'all have made your times available for us to even get on here and come over to Caribbean Island. So thank y'all for that.
Yes, we really appreciate it.
How y'all feeling tonight? Y'all ready to get into our conversation for tonight?
Let's get into it. We're ready.
Oh yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Are you ready though?
I'm ready.
Okay.
We've been waiting for quite some time.
Okay,
We've
yeah.
actually already met the boys in New York, and they let us know. They were ready.
It was the universe bringing us together.
I know that's
just so.
It was full circle.
Right.
I still can't believe that we just randomly ran into each other at the same event.
Right. We did.
Amazing.
Erry saw you, and then it was like, wait, this cannot be Chann.
No, yeah, because I saw Chann, I was like, oh, it's not Chann. So I kept on walking, and I went to the bar.
Because we were like, there's no way you're also going to be here.
And Carl said, that's Chann, and then the Monny's, they were like, Monny's weird.
we were in the building.
Right.
Look, we were all in the
looking
building.
fabulous.
That
Oh my gosh, it says y'all were looking amazing, okay?
It was the all black everything for me.
It was black
Oh!
excellence. It was black excellence personified.
I think it just felt so right, again, for us to just be in the space together, have seen each other in real life, and now to be connecting, continuing to share some of that positivity and love. Boys, before we get into celebrating milestones, because y'all are on a rocket right now, a shooting star. We done straddled ourselves onto a shooting star. We're going to talk about all the wonderful things that have happened, that are happening now, and that the boys are hoping will come 2025. Before we get into all that, Chann and Monny, why don't y'all introduce yourselves and share a little bit about your story and how you two met, okay? We're going to start light and then work our way to what we really want to talk about tonight.
Yes.
Yeah, how about you go first? Because I feel like I always have.
This is always a favorite story. So we met in 2019. I was showcasing an art show, and this gentleman had came up, and the banter behind the conversation was so invigorous that night that it sparked my attention.
Oh.
That was a rare and hot commodity. And I invited him out for drinks.
Ooh.
The conversation carried after that, and what really sealed the deal for me was there was an event that's called soooooo here in Charlotte, and Afro-Caribbean beats, the movement and subtlety of the body. He was able to dance with me that night.
Ooh.
And I said, oh
Dance.
yeah, you're the one. Very spontaneous.
Oh, okay. Wait a second. So you actually enjoyed and I didn't know you were dancers. You know we're dancers too, right? We're gonna have to get a dance night.
Ooh.
Yes.
Meet me on the floor.
I wouldn't say I was a dancer, but I like to dance.
Since 2018 as well. That's about as long as 2019. A year after we met, actually. Because you and me met exactly at the end of 2018.
No, we met in the middle of 2018.
Middle.
Remember.
So clearly I'm the one who doesn't remember that. You see, that's already getting spicy. No, that is beautiful. So then you were the one who reached out to Chann yourselves, Monny, or Monny, and then Chann, you chased Monny.
Yeah. Well, okay, so listen. The art show, I saw this cute guy, and I had seen him a little bit on Instagram before, so that was the intro. It was like I knew that we could kind of like make conversation because we were kind of mutuals. So that's what we did. I went up to him and I just complimented his artwork, and then one thing led to another. And like he said, he invited me out to go to drinks, and then we went to soooooo afterwards. And then 3 weeks after that,
3 weeks later,
it was the beginning of our relationship. So we did the dating thing for 3 weeks, and honestly, I was at a point where I had just gotten out of a situation. So I was just like, I don't know if I'm ready to be in a relationship, let alone find my husband. And it literally just worked out. Like, I swear it was God. It was the divine really placing what I needed in my life in that moment. So
How you asked was literally a whole story within itself, too.
yeah, so I literally asked him on a day trip after we got back. We actually just talked about this. We went on a day trip to Greensboro, which is kind of like local to us. Nothing to do, but he like he wanted to go there because he thought it was going to be something else because one of the HBCUs is there. So he thought it was going to be like this thriving Black Mecca, and it was the country hick Greensboro. So we went there, and there was literally nothing to do, but we still had a great time
together. You guys can do and have fun together. It doesn't matter where, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's what solidified it for me. It was like we're in Greensboro, like making up things to have fun, and it was still such a fun day that solidified us being in a relationship at the end of the day. So once we did that, I was like, okay, maybe this is somebody that I want to pursue all my energy into, because you know how it is dating in the gay world. You kind of want to keep your options open for as long as you can. But as soon as I met him, I said, what options? They're all closed.
Right. I am no longer taking applications.
Right.
Okay. I checked all the boxes.
I said, let's lock it down.
Love that. Okay, so the first few words engagement that you had, you said came with intriguing banter, right, Monty? Like, What did that look like? Let's hear a line from the movie. I want to hear. I want a sneak peek before it comes out. What was the first line with the banter that was said?
Ooh. What was the first line?
I don't know. It had to be something along the lines of you giving like a really in-depth perceptive view of my art, which
Ooh.
the art peers into the line of the soul. So the fact that he was able to describe some of those things within that piece and it described me to a T, I was like, this feels familiar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
wow, we've been here before.
right.
Yeah. Okay.
We're all watching this movie when it comes out, so y'all hurry up. Finish writing the story.
Issa Rae, you hear that?
Right. Where you at, girl?
Okay, we have just heard it first. How the first scene of the film is gonna go, y'all. So thank y'all for dropping that gem. No, but that's beautiful. Now, just to get a little bit into some of the wonderful things that are happening for y'all right now. So, Chann, you just started your MBA program, right? Just completed another, I believe. Is this your second
semester?
So this is my third term at Duke. So I've been there for almost a year at this point. So I have a year more to go.
Yes.
And it's been a challenge, but it's been such a reward too. I feel like I did it for a reason, and that was to support, our dreams. He's a chef, so he wants to open up a restaurant one day. I like school, so if I could help him do that, and be the business manager of it all, that's kind of the goal of it. We've been having these little micro events around Charlotte that has been helping us figure out like what customers like how we can structure a potential event venue one day. So I mean, it's definitely been such a beautiful journey, but it started to support him.
So you started out on your MBA program journey, really, of course, for yourself, but also to kind of complete the package and in support of what Monty would also like to do with opening a restaurant one day, all that. Y'all, if that isn't support, I don't know what is.
Listen.
The man done went back to school for him, y'all. Wait a minute.
Y'all better take notes in the comments. Y'all better take notes.
Okay. We have to litigate the path of generational wealth for us. We said we wanted to create these foundations together. So it's like, what direction can we both build in this and get something from it?
Ownership, yeah. We want to be owners. So this is the legitimate path to doing it. I'm a Capricorn, so we're all by we're by the rules. If I feel like I need to do something, I'm going to do it, and I feel like business school is like a sure path to success, especially at Duke. So it's just like I knew that this was something that I needed to do to get us to the next level.
You know what? And I think it's something that a lot of couples, I think, starting out, because for y'all it was like 3 weeks, y'all were like white on rice, and it felt right, it felt good, and you kind of just like went full throttle with it. I feel like there are couples that when they meet each other, they're kind of afraid to bring that energy into that relationship and to start out kind of just like 100%. But it seems like when the both of y'all met, you're like, we love each other, we think we got something good going, and we have an idea of what success for this relationship looks like, right? So y'all are working together, business partners. Y'all are on it. Yeah, we need to catch up, babe. What we need to drink and eat in order to go as fast as y'all are going right now.
Listen, y'all are already doing it. What are y'all talking about? Y'all are just as inspirational, if not more.
I feel good. I'm alive right now. I got all my motivation, my validation. Thank you. Thank you. But y'all are truly this positive. What I love about tonight is we're receiving such great positive energy for y'all, but y'all are like this even in person.
Listen,
let me tell you, it's really hard to meet people. You see them online and you're just like, I wonder if they're like this in person.
Right. The first moment we started talking was like gems were just flowing. It was like these two are gem factories, guys. Like, I don't know.
Oh, thank you. I mean, listen, I feel like that is the biggest compliment anybody can ever say to us, because, I like to think that how we show up online is how we show up in person. And like, people often will meet us in the wild and be like, oh my gosh, y'all are just like you are. Y'all are so nice. I'm like, well, what we post is truly like, we don't do any like real scripted content, to be honest. Like, we'll do a skit here and there, but like a big part of like our content is truly just recording what's already happening around us.
Right.
So Yeah, I mean, truly, like we're not acting. Like we are Chann and Monny in real life.
It's so captivating. I am waiting for Netflix to hop on to your cooking series online.
While
And
Me too.
Chann is being locked upstairs waiting for the food to finish.
no, not only waiting for the food, waiting for the vegan food.
I know.
The vegan,
Right.
it has to be vegan, right?
But you started dabbling in chicken.
That's what I was it's not vegan anymore.
After 10 years.
Yeah. So I recently started eating chicken again, and I can't lie, it's good, especially his chicken.
Well, you had options, and you're the best chef.
No, oh yeah, so I was like, why was I doing this to myself for this many years?
Listen.
Denying myself happiness. Now that I've had his chicken, I'm never going back.
Look,
That's all I see is Purdue and KFC now.
That's it. That's it. Get that protein. No, that's beautiful, boys. Okay, so what is, and even in finding each other and it feeling all right, right? We love the content. We love the love that you share. Is there anything that was unexpected about the other person? You know, when you started dating and even now that you're like, wow, that's not something that I would have really expected of you.
For me, it's every day.
Every day.
Every day is something unexpected.
So Chann keeps you on your toes every day?
Every day. Every day. Only because
sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad.
Okay.
But one thing about us, we ebb and flow.
Yeah.
It ebbs and flows, yeah. It comes and goes, but hopefully all good, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's all good. It's just, at times there's a lot going on in the world. So you evolve and you have to make sure that you're on the same page and you have to communicate through that. So I think that with us, we've been learning how to communicate in every single stage, because how we operated when we were boyfriends is not how we operated when we were fiancés, and like now we're operating as husbands. Now we're entering our third year in marriage as husbands. Like it truly evolves every single year. So like he said, every day is a new learning, because I don't know if y'all live in the same world we live in, but the world is constantly changing. So it's just like we have to always kind of like check in with each other and be like, okay, well, how is this affecting you? Especially with like, I mean, keeping it real, the news and everything, like it could be a heavy time right now. So, and I have anxiety. So he is the person that like checks in on me and is able to kind of like keep me calm in the crazy moments. And I feel like I'm a very structured person. I'm a very like by the plan, intentional person. Like let's set up the intention for our lives type thing.
Right.
And sometimes he can take me out of that and say, hey, how about just living in now? So I feel like that is the balance that I personally need, so that I'm not always just like forward thinking.
And just as you stated about the world constantly changing, we constantly change as well. But I'm not saying that we have it all figured out in our marriage. But what I have realized over the years is that the best foundation that we have is to cultivate our inner child every single day with each other. So we never get a chance to be dismissive with one another, because we can see far past that with whatever state of mind that we're going through. Because at the end of the day, we're still human, but we're choosing each other within that moment.
You're choosing each other every day. Every and I say that all the time. Like we wake up in the morning and what you find, I don't want to say just marriage, and but I think all relationships, any situation where you care for the other person or persons in your life, you choose them every day, right? You show up.
Yeah.
And so putting that work and that effort, I think, is what it takes to make the magic that y'all have going on happen, right? And you said another important thing too. You talked about balance. Sometimes it's okay for Monny for Chann to be the structured one, and to kind of just like have to be like, you know what, I'm by the by. This is how I do things. And then Monny to come in and say, "Mama, say, Mama, son, Mama, stop."
That's right.
Listen, let's have a dinner.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah, so I can see it, and I want to also kind of dive into the kind of like your personal journeys and how it led you to be where you are today. So what provided for you, you think, Chann, that kind of like structure that you're bringing onto your marriage now?
I think that that's a good question. I don't think I've ever been asked that question.
Look,
Um, to be honest, I feel like a product of my environment. I was always very, very independent. You know, come from a single parent household, living in the South. I had to grow up super early because my dad passed away at a young age.
Yeah.
So I think that living in a world where I had to like create structure for myself at 16 was something that honestly like set the trajectory of my life. So it's just like being somebody like I've been working. People are like, oh, like I'm so sad when I turn 20, 26 or 27 when I get kicked off my parents' insurance. Like I was never on my parents' insurance.
Oh.
So I've been provided for myself ever since I was 16.
Wow.
So whenever you have that like pressure, you have to, for me, it was like, you either have this structure or don't graduate from high school, or have this structure or don't find a way to like pay for college. So like it always felt life or death for me. So I think that I established this structure way of thinking through like my childhood, and now it's just so instinctual. So I feel like I'm a very structured person because of my childhood, and now that bleeds into our marriage.
Aww. And it's helping. It's working,
Yeah.
right? I was
Yeah, I feel like it's working.
a lot
I know at times it can be hard because I'm very much by the book still.
of
But it helps us. But again, I think that he tells me, like, okay, like sometimes you can break rules and sometimes you could just say, you know, bump it until the morning. And
yeah. No.
I've learned that like you could truly leave it until the morning, and like sometimes life is not over if you don't get something checked off of your to-do list. So
On.
Balance. That's
Balance, but you see how Monty just like calms him down sometimes? Is like a de-stressor, right? Because you're going 100 miles per hour, and Monty, you'd be like, wait a minute, wait, let's calm down a little bit. But what about for you? What was unexpected, maybe, but in the same way, that structure, right, like is helping Chann. What was unexpected for you? But
I think just growing up gay in general, like you almost come packaged like with this survivalist mentality in a way. Like we're forced into different positions that kind of like create our being. Like for me, I'm a bit more free spirited only because I feel like your voice is too high, you're too tall, you shouldn't do this. Being under those confines, it broke me. It broke me to the point where I said, I need to exude freedom. So I want no boundaries. So I've been roaming around boundaryless for such a long time. But then here comes Chann with structure,
yeah,
with an unsurmounted amount of intention.
yeah.
So it's almost like redirecting all of the energy that I have in one place. So it's very fitting that we pass that off with one another.
Wow. Y'all are just amazing. Wait a minute. Your energy is just pure and beautiful. And it just feel like it sounds so right, right? Like both of you bringing in that balance into the relationship.
the lines of commitment and like relationship. I really wanted to know what are some things that you wish other people. What are the things that you wish they would understand that they need to do in order to like healthy relationships and communication in general.
ooh, get out your notebooks.
Y'all are about
Yes.
You just have to. I know that this is what you hear in every single thing, but you really got to communicate with your partner. You got to figure out what those love languages are, and like respect those love languages, and don't try to put your love language on your partner, because I feel like that is what we kind of struggle with initially. It's like, oh well, I really value he really values acts of service, but like me, acts of service is not like the top on my list. And me, I really value words of affirmation, but that's not really at the top of his list. So whenever I'm loving him, I have to remember, okay, well, he likes acts of service more than words of affirmation. So in order to make him feel seen, I have to kind of change my thinking and kind of sacrifice what I'm used to in order to like serve him.
Yeah.
And I think that like what he's taught me in a relationship is like, you need to be a person of servitude, because it's not just about your happiness, it's about our collective happiness. And sometimes that requires sacrifice. I think that people don't want to hear that relationships require sacrifice, but they do. Like, I am constantly changing, like, or adapting who I am to make our relationship the way that it should be, you really have to keep in mind the other person's love language and make sure that you're not projecting your own love language onto them. So I feel like that's my biggest learning, honestly. It's just really, if something is upsetting you, and that's something that I always try to kind of convey to him, because I think inherently we are two different types of communicators too. He communicates with his body, his aura, his spirit. I communicate with my words. So sometimes I'm like, hey, can you tell me how you're feeling? And that's hard for him because he communicates with his like aura. And me, I'm like, he's like, okay, well, I just have to say what's on my mind. And that's something that he has to learn too. It's like sometimes you're not going to be able to read my body language. You have to just trust like what I'm saying. So that's the biggest thing we've learned in the past few years. And like honestly, we're still working on it, but we're better than we were last year.
Yeah.
That is the key words. Still working on it is what it takes. Okay, because the minute you stop working on it, now Erry and I, we've only been together for about 7 years, almost 6 years, almost 7 years.
Almost 6.
We are not. We are not relationship experts whatsoever, but we can say that what it does take is truly choosing each other again and again and again. Again, not ad nauseum, not because you're resenting to the person, but because you really want to be with them. And then putting in that extra work, communication, right? Like y'all started tonight, that's what it also takes. Because if, Monty, you got things going on your side, Chann, you have things going on your side, and we're not talking, we're not checking in with each other, it is doomed to fail, okay?
Literally.
I always tell Carl, like, something that we always have to do, remember, is that we are a team. We're working together to achieve the same goal.
We are a team.
We're not in competition with each other.
Yes.
So we always, like, whatever you're doing is for the betterment of me, for the betterment of our relationship. So you always remember that.
I have a question on top of that, too, right? Like, what both of them bring into their marriage and in their relationship. You're clearly individuals, right?
Hold on. So we gotta wait for until that's after question. You're getting too deep now.
No, but I had a train of thought.
Okay, fine.
No, you know what? Okay, everyone can go back. You see, y'all see.
He asking all the spicy questions. You gotta give him a break.
I gotta give him a break.
Yes.
Okay, you're right. This is time to play the game.
We be hot and ready.
We're ready. We're ready for spice.
I forgot about the game we were getting into.
Remember the question.
Yes, I'll remember the question.
All right.
But now it is time for the couples challenge. Y'all ready to get into the game?
Oh,
yes.
Okay, so the name of the game is called
Milestone Mania.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Milestone Mania. I'm gonna keep the time, and I'm also going to keep their tally.
This game will require you to write something down. Do you have any paper handy or pen?
I'm gonna go old fashioned.
That's right.
This game will be focused on relationship milestone, anniversaries, and important dates. So it's how well you know your history together.
Okay. I'm scared.
No,
Don't get me in trouble. Don't get me in trouble.
Yeah.
The answers have to match.
Yep. I have the timer.
Yikes.
And you must reveal them at the same time. Chann, why are you looking over at Monty? Please do not cheat, okay? My viewers, y'all
forgot y'all can see me.
First question is, where did you go on your first date?
Write it down. No mumbling. I don't want to hear no humming, no nothing. Reveal.
God.
Okay.
What is it? Oh, I put Common Market. Because what?
Well, I guess that counts.
What are you even talking about?
No,
that was the second.
Jesus.
See, that was a formal ass date, and this was like the spontaneous one. So technically, we had two.
Okay. Well, that was wrong. That was wrong.
Okay. That was not. But what were the name of the restaurants? What were they? Restaurants or what were they?
So his was this place. It was like a bar hopping, and mine was Common Market. But his is wrong.
we went to Common Market the night of the art show, and then we went to Hop In when you asked me, like, I think like a week later, just to like come out and like have a little beer. You remember Hopping?
Yeah, but that was way past the first date.
In Common Market.
Y'all, I thought I was gonna be the one messing up.
Yeah, we thought. Okay, because we done a little bit of research for these questions.
Lord.
So Erry thought it was going to be Common Market too. Okay, that's okay. But we're going to have to work on the stories for when y'all end up on the Sherry Shepherd show.
Right.
Okay, y'all gotta...
Hey, yeah, we can get on the same page.
Well, actually, no. It makes better for good TV when you don't know. You know.
That's true.
Great TV.
It's all good.
Okay, we gonna redeem ourselves.
We're not going to give y'all this, but y'all can redeem yourself. Okay, come on.
Ooh, this one is interesting.
All right, here we go.
They have to get this one. Who said I love you first?
Oh.
10 seconds. 10, 9. Oh, they look like they don't even.
Okay, y'all ready?
They don't even need it. Turn it around. Let me see.
Yeah.
Oh!
Okay.
Wow. Monty, you knew what you
did. And did.
Yeah.
Monty, no.
I'm sure Monty was trying to.
I would have waited for forever.
I'm sure Monty wanted to say that same night you were talking about the arc. He probably was like, "Wow, I love you." But he was like, "Let me hold on."
No, I felt it very early. I felt it when we first kissed. I said, "Oh, this is different." But you know, me being a very structured Capricorn, I was like, "This is not the right time."
Oh, my goodness, y'all are too cute. Okay,
that's beautiful.
The attraction is there. The romance is there. It's everything. Monty, you just had to jump on it, huh?
I did.
Yeah,
I was like, wait around for what? Life is too short.
And it is.
And you said, and I did, and I did, and I'm proud of it. Okay, y'all got that point. We want to give y'all more chances to redeem yourselves. Go ahead, a few more questions.
Ooh.
All right, so this is fun. What was the first movie you saw in theater together?
Ooh.
Those are the milestones. Milestone trivia. We went from
in theater.
While they're guessing, what movie was the first one we saw in theater together?
The first one you and me saw?
Yeah.
Probably.
Like what?
8
What kind of question is that?
I don't even remember the movie from last month.
Right. We old.
Yeah. No, y'all are not.
Carl doesn't even know the first movie we saw either. 8 Ball?
Yeah, 8 Ball.
No.
Oh, that is such a classic.
Right. Now, it was the one with Rihanna. Y'all seen that one?
Yeah. That wasn't it.
He meant Ocean's 8.
That wasn't the movie. Which one was it? The movie was the one that you went in because you can wait for me.
I was 8 Ball.
It wasn't 8 Ball.
I can't even think of a movie that came out in 2019. That's how bad it is.
Oh, man. We done gave y'all all this time to come up with something.
Right.
I tell you a genre. It had to be scary.
It had to be scary. I know it was scary.
Do y'all usually like watching scary movies together?
We love watching scary movies together.
He drags me into that.
Look.
No, you be the bad one.
At least y'all,
He likes true crime stuff.
I like true crime. He likes zombie apocalypse.
Wow.
So sometimes we have to meet in the middle, and it's usually like a teen slasher.
You know what? I can see that happening. But I would have pegged y'all for something.
You can see what happening. A teen
slasher?
slasher?
The teen slashers, yes, because you have to meet somewhere in the middle. You have to meet somewhere in the middle. Like, those are such two extremes that I feel like that is the genre that
is the one in the middle, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, y'all need to rack up the points because we thought y'all were really gonna go up.
We doing bad. I know.
Hey,
all right, so y'all each want to take a guess?
Yes.
I'm gonna say Scream.
We were supposed to write it down, but he already just said it.
Right.
I agree. It was Scream.
It was Scream. You know what? This is so low. We gonna get into this. Y'all so low already. Y'all just got one. The least we can do is give y'all one more point. Okay.
Listen, we just give us a pity point. We need a pity point right now.
It that Monty has prepared for tonight. Clearly, there's something. Okay. This is a 2-point question.
Okay, 2-point.
I believe in us.
Ooh.
I believe in y'all.
Oh, okay. So 2 points.
I think the viewers might know y'all more than y'all know more about your own milestones. Okay. We'll see. Don't let the viewers do you like that. Okay.
What was the exact date and month and year you moved in together?
Ooh. Oh. Wait. Wait.
Yeah.
Wow,
10
that's
seconds.
so specific.
Let's do when we moved into the house, not COVID.
3, 2, 1. Put it down, put it down, put
Okay.
it down.
August 2020. Yeah.
Okay. What is that?
That's
chicken.
2020.
Chicken scratch.
Oh, 2020.
Oh, okay. I was like, what is the chicken scratch that is on there? You're trying
That's
to get
a
us.
doctor.
You got the doctor's note.
Not the doctor, no.
Yeah, he tried it because I was like, Monty's handwriting is crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
Please. No, everybody always says I have like George Washington like cursive. I love cursive.
He just does whatever. And
Okay.
imagine being his husband.
Okay.
I have to be like, what is Monty trying to say to me? Because he loves to write notes around the house too, which is so cute.
Y'all,
But sometimes I can't read them.
you've been too hard on our friends.
Okay.
He's
Yes.
been too hard.
What is Monty's biggest fear?
Ooh.
Oh, that's even hard for me to guess.
Oh yeah, that is your yeah.
You are not scared of anything, okay? That's what you letting us know.
I thought it was going easy.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, and show us.
So I feel like this is a long sentence, but
Okay.
What did you write?
I said for me to be in the kitchen while he cooks.
You.
Man, that's a fear.
That is your fear. He's like, that is. I can do Scream. I can do all sorts of horror movies, but I cannot have Chann with me in the kitchen while I'm cooking.
I wanted you right, Monty.
Yeah. He said no. I refuse.
For Chann, this isn't for sure.
Oh, so you owe mine.
I did.
Oh. You don't like bugs?
You like bugs?
I mean, like butterflies. Butterflies are bugs.
I like
Oh,
spiders.
okay. Well, listen, butterflies are beautiful, but don't get on me.
I like spiders.
Stay over there.
Oh, who hurt you, Chann?
If there's a fly or a spider, I'm catching it and setting it free.
No, he will literally. If I see a spider, I'm throwing a textbook on it. Body, he's literally gonna take it and like care for it and delicately.
I'm like, he has a family. You know?
I don't care. If you're in my house, goodbye.
This is gonna be. What is Chann's favorite color?
Oh.
Put your pencils down. So
Red.
you're saying red for Monty and blue for Chann. Is he right?
Yeah.
Or are we just doing the default colors?
Yeah.
Oh, they did it. Okay, so you were surprised by that. Why, Chann? You didn't expect Monty to know what your favorite color was?
Well, we don't really talk about that, you know? Like, and I feel like I don't really, like, indicate it until, like, random moments. So maybe he does listen to me.
So one thing about me
He
is
does listen to
I'm
you.
not a huge communicator, but one thing I will do was I'll observe a date and a time very specific. And I notice like the coloring pattern that he's a little bit more comfortable around. So I was like, okay, well this must be it over the years. A collection of data.
Very segue.
Wow.
Very sanguine.
Wow.
Yeah, look at that. Some things just you don't need to be said, right? It's sort of just like the non-spoken thing. Maybe it's the way that Chann always wears a certain color. Like you wear blue. Do you wear blue a lot, Chann? I don't know. Like,
Yeah, a lot. And plus, I go to Duke, so I feel like
Right.
there's a whole bunch of blue in the house just inherently.
There's a blue light background.
There's blue light in the background right now. Okay.
Right.
We got 3 more questions. What is Monty's proudest accomplishment?
Ooh. Ooh.
Like work accomplishment, personal accomplishment, like
Accomplishment.
any
Or you want to
accomplishment.
be specific, like our personal.
You know what it is.
Oh, you said you know what it is. No pressure. No pressure, Chann.
No pressure.
Don't this because you will not get a home cooked meal if you mess
Okay.
this one up. Okay?
If it's not this, I'm going to die.
3, 2, 1, and reveal.
Getting married.
Aww. Okay, wait. Monty, he said getting married to him.
Facts.
That's your proudest accomplishment? Your most recent and your proudest and biggest accomplishment?
I would say that only because, in all honesty, I never saw marriage for me until I met a Chann. I didn't even know anything like that was possible for me in my community until I met Chann. So I always stand on that as a foundation that anything is possible. So that's why I say it's one of my greatest accomplishments.
Oh,
Our greatest accomplishment.
Where are the Kleenex?
yeah, he almost got me. I can't lie. He
That's
almost got me there.
too cute. Okay, we have to break this down a little bit, okay? Because first of all, you have found love. You're so happy. You've allowed yourself to be happy, right? You accepted happiness.
Yeah.
Monty, I'm looking at you. We're talking to you too, right? Because you're saying, you know what? No, though this is something I didn't see for myself, there was no example of this before me, and if there were, it didn't feel like things that were within reach. You still chose you. You still chose happiness. Give it up for that. That's awesome. That is amazing. Okay. The second thing is where is it that you grew up?
I grew up in Dayton, Ohio.
Gotcha. Okay.
Do you have siblings?
Oh, yes. So I have a couple of siblings. I have a brother and a sister. And like we all grew up in a small town in Ohio together. And, I branched out of that with like a few travels, and I ended up here in Charlotte where literally met my future. So it's definitely been a journey.
Right, in Ohio, I'm imagining there's not a lot of representation.
Color,
right?
Oh, no.
There's not a lot of
Not at all.
experience of representation, and I'm not sure if you're the only queer person in your family. I think I'm the only queer person in my family, so maybe you too, right? For your family. Like sometimes we are always
That we know
the
of.
first.
That we know.
That we know of. I didn't want to say it.
Right, because we are not in the business of outing anybody.
That's
Everybody on their own time.
On their
Right.
own time.
But it's like I can imagine that it must have been tough to carve out your own lane and your own destiny, right? Regardless of what was before you. You said I want more. And I know that life can give me more and that I can make of life what I want. Therefore, you are now with your sexy chocolate MBA husband, Chann. That is amazing. That is amazing. Okay, Chann, so what was that also your biggest and most proud accomplishment, getting married to Monty?
Yeah, we actually talked about that the other day. That's why I knew that this was going to be the answer because because we just made a video about our day trip that we were telling y'all about to Greensboro. And after we got done filming that, we just like talked and we were like, wow, we cannot believe that those boys that were just really playing around,
Right.
like built a beautiful life together. And like we would have never thought that day trip in Greensboro would turn into a beautiful, fruitful marriage that, not only we nurture and love and care about, but like so many people meet us and they're always telling us about how our relationship influences them. And we're just like, this came out of nowhere. Like, and all we're doing is living. And when you find somebody that makes life worth living, like you wake up and I have somebody that I can just run ideas by, that I can lean on, that I can invest in and see me being a business student, seeing the return on investment is something that I see daily in this relationship because like without Monty, I feel like even when I'm at school, like sometimes I have to go out and just like get things done without him. And like those are like the hardest weekends of my life being away from home. So it's like having somebody to look forward to go home to is such a blessing and like something I don't take for granted. And I feel like it gets better every single year. And marriage is the most beautiful, wonderful thing if you do it with the right person.
Yeah.
We recognize that when I mentioned the banter, because to me, I always describe our relationship as being like two professors conversing. While, before that, it felt like a professor and a student. It just wasn't catching up. So I have somebody who constantly challenges me and constantly challenges me to growth as well. So it's a constant exchange of energy.
So I know the table dinners the dinner talks.
The kitchen
Kitchen talks, is that what you call it? I'll let y'all be fine. But I was thinking of red table talk. I don't know why.
No, you probably were thinking of what Michelle Obama said.
It was giving red table talk for a
Yeah,
second.
no, but I'm saying it must feel like that all the time. To just, you know what, you have something amazing when you're never running out of interesting things to talk about and interesting things to say to each other, right? And I love what you said about marriage is a beautiful thing when it's right. When two people are coming together, it takes two. That song, it takes two to make a thing go right. Hey, it takes two to make it out of sight. I'm taking you out of church. That is so true because, oh, I'm so sorry, baby. Let me kiss you, boo. Let me kiss you.
Oh,
There's so many people
That's hilarious.
Who chase and want it, but for the wrong reasons, right? Or like they're with somebody that they probably should have waited to make a decision before hopping into a situation that may not have been in the best interest of both of those people, right? So it does take work, y'all. I so believe in that. Yeah. All right. So how many points have they had so far?
Ooh.
I think that's it. That's all you guys were able to get tonight. Y'all were able to get 6 points.
Oh, well, listen. Can we have a all or nothing?
All right.
You know what? Wait, I appreciate a couple who wants to fight to the top. Okay. All right. So let's give him one more, baby.
Okay. So Chann, what is Monny's favorite meal? And Monny, what is Chann's favorite meal?
Ooh.
a food question?
Yeah.
It's gonna be so easy. All right. What is each other's favorite meal? And reveal your answers at the same time.
Is roast beef, carrots, potatoes, greens, sweet tomato?
I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes.
Okay.
Oh. Roast beef, carrots, and potatoes with greens and sweet tomato ketchup.
And macaroni.
And then we have
tuna noodle casserole.
Yes.
Casserole.
Yes, for sure.
Okay.
Tuna noodle casserole. That's like my favorite thing that he makes. And I beg him to make it like every month, but he only makes it
Which is
two
like
times a year.
So weird to me because that was like our struggle meal growing up. Like something my mom just like threw together. And I was like, let me just make this one night. And he loved it. And I said, it only took me like 5 minutes to make out of all the interesting meals. But I loved it.
Come on, you love a tuna sandwich. Carlos,
it's so good.
It depends how you. And sometimes it's not about what you make, Monty. It's about the love that you pour into it.
Yeah.
And I can taste the struggle in that meal. It's good. Okay.
It's not just the love; it's the struggle in making the
struggle.
Blood, sweat, and tears.
Sometimes you gotta savor it.
Blood and tears, and of course, I mean, when it comes to food, of course, y'all are gonna know what y'all like. Y'all are always in the kitchen making magic happen, throwing in that Chann and Monny spice.
His grandmother has this amazing recipe that was greens with sweet tomato ketchup. And I had never heard of that before. But the tomato ketchup is actually homemade tomato sauce that has a little sweetness to it. That's on top of these like savory greens. So it's a very nice blend of like savory and sweet. So very delicious.
We're working on getting on that in some stores.
Yeah. This is the first.
It's a secret project. He's spilling the beans.
We are ready. We're ready.
You've heard it first on Caribbean Island.
Okay.
You heard it first, y'all.
It's exclusive.
It is exclusive. Okay, y'all are the first group to know. Do not let the rest of the world know this yet, but we are so glad. All right, boys. So congratulations. You have made it to how many points tonight?
Oh, we're at a unique situation. There's a tie.
There's a tie.
Ooh la la.
Yeah.
There's a tie.
They're at 8 points. So two couples are at 8 points.
That is true. We've got to break it. We've got to break the tie.
To break the tie?
So you got to ask them one more.
What is Chann's hidden talent?
Oh, but if it's a hidden talent, should they let us know what it is?
Oh, true.
No. Buddy said, wait a minute. Wait. We can't give them too exclusive.
Well, let's do. I have a hidden talent that is recent.
Okay.
Okay.
You want to do Chann, the hidden talent question, so let's do it. 3, I'm going slower because Monty's making faces. 2, and 1, and put it down. Show us what you got.
Pole dancing.
What? No.
Monty's like, what?
No way. Pole dancing. Let's see.
Polling.
Polling.
Oh!
Oh.
So it is pole dancing. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Shall we see a bit of that hidden talent tonight on Gaming Island?
Listen. The poll is just one room away.
Okay.
Just go and creep on my social medias. I'll be posting a little bit here and there. You got to find it though. It's something I don't lead with.
We're gonna go on a scavenger hunt right after this to find it.
If you find it, comment it.
Oh, we got you. Everybody, help us find this fun video.
This pole dancing.
Okay, y'all. So y'all broke the tie.
Yes.
At 9 points.
Yes.
Congrats.
I feel
to you both.
very confident in our position.
I wanted to, because I was intrigued by this when you were sharing it. We talked a lot about you two coming together, the energy being right. Feels so right now. Y'all are on a shooting star, taking off together. The individual things that went on in your lives, right? And talking about you and your sort of academic journey in academic space, Chann, and you as a chef, artist, Monty. Like, what are the things that have happened in your lives individually that you feel, other than the structure, because we've touched on that already, have helped you prepare for the kind of relationship that you're in now, right? Bringing in what I feel is the same required level of ambition. What are the things that happen in both your lives separately, maybe before you met each other, that you feel has made you who you are today for one another? I told you it wasn't my mind now. I had to get it out.
Oh my gosh. I feel like that's such a hard, question to answer.
It's so many pieces, but highlight the most important.
I feel like it's hard for me to answer because Monty always creates this sense of freedom within the relationship where I feel like I can always be whoever I want to be. So I feel like the transparency that you allow me to have, or that you allow me to experience with you, where I can tell you hey, I want to grow out my locks, or hey, I want to go to grad school, or hey, I want to just do whatever. And it's never judgment that I feel. It's always love and acceptance. And I feel like you genuinely have my best interests at heart. So our relationship, I can explore whatever, do whatever, because Monty never judges. He's like, if this is what you feel like you have to do to get to the next version of yourself, just do it. So, if anything, I appreciate the freedom that I experience in a relationship.
Aww. Okay, and this is sort of what you were looking for, right? In terms of just again, before you are meeting Monty, were you always in the space where you were looking for that kind of freedom with the person that would ultimately be significant?
I feel like I didn't want to continue to pretend. I feel like I was in a cycle of trying to be whatever, trying to present whatever, and not honoring my authenticity. So I think that having someone where you don't have to pretend, you don't have to put on a show, I am genuinely myself with him. And I feel like that was so powerful for me because with every other relationship or situationship that I was in before, it was almost like I was acting in a role. And now people often question, how can you ebb and flow? Sometimes you're super masculine, sometimes you're very feminine. And it's just we allow each other to tap into those frequencies often. And it creates more safety because it feels less performative.
Yeah, the last thing we want to do after you work, you know, you go outside having to wear this other, like your other dress,
Mask.
call it, this mask. You don't want to come home and have to perform more, right? Like you want to just be your authentic self, at least within the confines of your own space, right?
At
Whether that's
least.
marriage or relationship, whatever is like. And we have no problem putting on the mask because sometimes you got to do what you got to do, right?
Right.
But yeah, I think that's beautiful that you're able to let your freak flag fly, baby, within
Hello.
your marriage and your relationship.
And our home is like such a safe space because of it. So that's the one thing I'm grateful for.
I feel like I'm a rebel at heart. So like just conforming into something else has never been my thing.
Mm,
And like full transparency, which we had this conversation at the beginning, we weren't each other's types until we both gave it a try.
okay.
Me, I'm more feminine presenting, and I live that. I stand on that hill that I'm not about to change or winnow myself down for anyone.
Okay. No
So
pun intended.
at
On
all. So full acceptance is, we accepted ourselves first,
yeah.
and then we litigated our feelings to where it's like, if I'm going to spend the very rest of my life with you,
Mm.
I'm not about to hide any part of myself, because then I would be doing myself and you would be doing yourself a disservice. So we'll just come in it fully authentic of whatever that means, the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's all encompassing love. It's truly agape. So we ended up here because of all of that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Wow.
Did y'all have to reveal? Did you have to reveal each other your full selves and true selves, like on the count of 3 or something at the same time? Okay, Monty, I'm coming out. Chann, I'm coming out.
We chipped away at that at layers, and it took a
No,
while for him to break.
that took years.
Okay, okay. So we had that scene played over and over and over.
He told me early on, he was like, I'm like an onion. You have to peel back the layers. And I got so mad when he first said that to me because I was like, I want to know everything right now. I need to figure out like if we're compatible day one. And he is like, no, you're gonna learn more and more about me as time progresses, and you have to trust that process. And then, now we've been married for almost 3 years.
Now you know me like the back of your hand.
I'm like, this man just won't stop expressing himself. Like he is just his energy flows.
Started him up. Now he won't. He said, no, you wanted
Rev that engine,
Rev
okay?
that engine.
Sometimes I have to, because again, I'm the one in the relationship that's usually like historically, he's like, okay, calm down, everything's gonna be okay. But now I'm becoming the one that's like, okay, let's calm down.
I'll give
pause,
a 12:30 a.m. dissertation.
and
like-
things are gonna be okay.
So you've got to be ready there to just calm him down, massage him on his way out the door for his dissertation. And then that switches sometimes too, right? So Chann, you're taking care of Monty. Monty, you know when to come in and step in and take care of him.
Oh yeah.
And that's so beautiful because we really need that as adults, because I think we know everything about ourselves and the world, and it takes like another person to humble you and be like, actually, you responded in this way, and then this affected me, and now how are we going to work through it? So it's great to have like a living reflection of who you are.
It's safety in that, and that's where you want to be at. You want to feel safe within that. And
It's
be
a
able to
mirror.
do anything.
It's literally a mirror. Yeah.
Ooh, forgetting what the requirements are for a safe space, okay, for you and your future person, if that is what you're looking for. Communication, okay, the ability to be safe showing up in our situation. That's important, okay, because you got to make sure that you are careful with who you're wanting to, like you were saying, Monty. We're not going to settle, okay? We're both going to be happy in our situation. Like the ring. Let me see the ring. Both of you have one. Ah! Okay, where did we get our ring from? Where did he go to? He went to everything?
So we actually went to this really amazing boutique jeweler in Mooresville called Jewelers on Main.
A year after we moved into our home.
Yeah. So Mooresville is like a few exits from where we live. So we literally just walked in there one day, and this mom and pa, they were so nice to
Oh,
us. And they were like, we actually have these two rings that we think y'all would love. And it was literally the only two in there,
yeah.
and they were our
Perfect
sizes.
size.
So we were like, this is meant to be.
Yeah, no, that is a story.
Wow.
I mean, that doesn't scream meant to be. I don't know what does. He put a ring on it, clearly.
Okay.
Chann.
Put a ring on it.
So Erry and I, our story is that we actually eloped in 2020 when we thought the world was gonna end.
On Zoom.
And we had a COVID wedding
Yeah.
administered by a
It's
lesbian
so cute.
pastor. Yes, yes.
Oh,
And with our two witnesses there, one of my very best friends and our other very best friend as well. So that's how we did it. So we're working backwards.
Yes.
I
We're
know
like,
that's
you know what?
right.
And they're
Wedding
like,
first.
I know the kind of ring I want.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'll wait.
We're so particular. So it's like
So until then, I just wear random rings on my finger. We're like, okay, this is.
we are
Oh, that's right.
on paper, but not we don't see the ring yet. So it's coming. It's coming, y'all.
Take your time on it.
And it could be literally whatever. Whenever we first started dating, this is another story that we didn't tell y'all, but
Oh, yeah.
so one day we were just chilling in his apartment and he gave me this earring and it literally looked just like this earring. But it was just like, just something that he was wearing. But he was like, you take one, I take one, and we'll always have a piece of each other, essentially. So we never really took out those earrings ever. And then whenever we got engaged, instead of getting him a ring, I got him a upgraded diamond earring. So he took one and I took the other one. And that was kind of like something that was significant to us. And I feel like I always encourage people to do something that's sentimental to your relationship and like something that just feels right to the both of you. And sometimes it takes time. Sometimes it finds you. So you can't put pressure on it.
I love that.
Wow.
Well, first, thank you for making us feel so comfortable in that, because I think that's exactly what it's been. It's like you want to find a thing that fits your situation, right? And so we didn't want to be peer pressured into like we want the ring. But sometimes you're right. It is about like it has to feel right for both of us. We want to have a walking by somebody and they're like have two rings that happen to be our size, okay, and our size, and we're like, but this is the one. So until then, we'll stay put.
Yeah,
but we'll keep looking.
I know that's right.
Keep looking. Keep your heart open and it'll find you.
They'll find you.
We have a pre-submitted question.
We got a pre-submitted question.
This person asked, looking back, what is the most valuable piece of advice you would give your younger selves about love and partnership?
Ooh.
For me, I would say, and this even goes out to the younger generation looking for love today. Stop looking for a blueprint online, because what you cultivate with the moments that you have with the individual in your life now, those are specifically for you. You create the rules of that, whatever that looks like, and however y'all both feel safe within that.
Yeah.
Stay within it.
Wow.
Period.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm like, I have to go after that. Please.
Yes, it's a tough act, but that's tough to follow. And I just want to quickly say, even with all of what we're seeing online, we're in a place where you can have that representation now, right? I think y'all do it. I think we do it. The other 10 couples we've spoken with already do it. But sometimes it's not over romanticizing what you see online and around you, right? Because you don't know everybody's situation.
That's right.
Okay, that's all I wanted to say. Go ahead, Chann. Go ahead. You add to your boo's answer.
Yeah, I feel like what I would tell my younger self is that the quicker you fall in love with yourself is the quicker love will attract you. So I feel like I was always wanting love when I was younger, but I wasn't doing the self-work in a lot of different ways to know that I was deserving of love. And I don't put that much pressure on myself because I was young at that time and inexperienced. So I have to give myself grace. But if I could tell myself earlier that the sooner you face your demons and gain your confidence and truly believe that you're worthy of love is the literal moment that it will find you.
Yes.
Because one thing that I can say is that when Monty met me, he was in a place where his life was very full, and I was in a place where my life was very full. So I was like, the next person that comes into my life is going to have to match the vibe, or they just can't. You have no place here. So
Yeah.
Monty, he not only matched the vibe, but he uplifted the vibration, if anything. So I feel like he was the person that added the most value in my life. Like, and when I say the most influential person ever, like literally the most influential person ever is my husband. So if you come into somebody's life and radicalize it, I feel like that's a great sign. And I didn't know that I was deserving of this type of love. So if I was just to tell my younger self something, is that you deserve love and that you'll find it, and the love that you invested within yourself is what will bring it.
Amen. Oh my gosh. Don't rush. There is no rush. I was on the train literally today coming home from work, and with what both of y'all said, really, like when we're young, we want to get there so fast. I tell Ari all the time, I was the crazy young black man who was like, if he met somebody who was like, we need a house and we need to do this and we need a car, we need to move in together. And it's like, what were we rushing to? What was
There's like no rush, like
no rush. Come down. I found my person when I needed to find my person.
That's right.
And yes, we hate it. We want it today. We get it. We want that instant gratification, that validation today. But really, it is all in the universe's time, right? What the universe for me is God. It's all in God's time. So y'all have dropped some gems already tonight. Okay, next question.
Has there been moments when society's perception of your relationship added pressure or shaped how you show up for each other?
Absolutely not.
Oh.
That's so real, because I think that because we are visible on social media, people think that like social media is like such a big part of our lives. And like we actually live a very, very, very private life, but we have like moments obviously that we show on social media. But I'm like, these are fractions of our days. So I think that what I enjoy about our relationship is that social media doesn't even like really like it matters because it's something that brings us joy, but like it will never be that deep to affect our relationship. So I feel like we treat it as if it is social media, like it's an app on our phones that provides value in our lives, but it's not our whole life.
I know that's right.
I think that that's so important to remember too. It's just there's been an interesting shift, I think, in social media where yes, we know what technology can do for us, but people are craving reconnecting, right? Like connecting again. I know that what we're doing now, obviously, it's virtual, but it doesn't. Sometimes it just doesn't beat what we had, a couple of days before we're having this now. To see y'all in person, to hug, to talk.
It's a different experience,
Different experience, and so we're always mindful with the folks that are tuning into our journeys, right, and even yours, like letting them know, look, y'all, we love each other, yes we do, but we got things going on sometimes, like we're real people, right? Like we can't continue to just show love. There's life that goes on outside of this. Ari just graduated.
I finished. I just haven't walked yet. I haven't done the ceremony.
What? I'm just like, babe, you done got your grades for the last class. It's done.
Right.
It's done, okay? Monty knows, you know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Okay?
We know it's done. Okay.
We just stressed. Students are stressed until the last minute because listen, well, I am sure what tomorrow will bring.
No, let me tell you, we are claiming that positivity. We are manifesting.
Yes.
But we thank y'all so much for sticking around on Caribbean Island with us for so long. How did y'all feel tonight? Y'all had a great fun time on Caribbean
Oh my
Island?
God. It's amazing time.
Time. And then first,
Time flew
I
by.
want to take the time to give y'all flowers because the
Oh!
impact that you've had on this household with the joyous content that I see coming from it, the whimsical look,
Literally
like the sketch.
such
I was like,
big fan.
I live.
No, literally,
It is
like
such a joy.
y'all are beautiful and creative, and you put time and effort into your content. Literally, y'all, I want y'all to know on the live, like they had an itinerary ready. Like we were literally getting calendar invites and everything. Like they take this seriously, so give them their flowers. This is beautiful,
Let them know.
and you could just tell that it's high quality because it comes from like two high quality people.
Thank you.
Thank you. Come from two high quality people. We really appreciate that. Like
Coming from the littles, but they ain't nothing little about them.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
There's nothing little about them. Thank y'all so much for even seeing that. Our dream for the longest time, just like y'all, we have to divide ourselves, right? We got to be out there. We got to be in here to do this full time. We do it for the people. We do it for the community. But our dream around this time was to speak with y'all, with all the other couples who are out there elevating and uplifting the community. And thank y'all so much for joining us to make that happen. Okay,
trusting us
at that too, because we could have reached out and y'all could have been like, we don't know.
Y'all made time. Intentionality.
Y'all made that time, so thank you.
Yeah,
All right.
of course. Thank you for having us. We love y'all, appreciate y'all.
Let's do the heart. You gotta do the heart. You gotta do the heart.
Please stay in touch.
Okay.
Keep showing the world what this looks like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, picture time. Yeah. He gave a profile.
Okay.
Okay. It's not, Fashion Week is not over for you yet, Monty. You said.
Oh, it's every day when we wake up.
Chann and Monny, thank y'all so much for joining us. We love y'all. And we will see you in real life again. Okay? See you very soon.
We will see y'all very soon. Okay.
Yes!
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.